Just believe, okay? Alright, we're gonna do this route here. Because there's not much else we can do at this point. Well, that's the only thing we can do actually. Well, never mind, we can go in here, but let's go in here. Who planted the bomb? We know that. Wait. You only need to search one person.
Why?
Because I figured out who did it. Oh wait, I still haven't changed the category. Let me quickly change that. Otherwise I'm getting in trouble. Papa Jeff Bezos is scolding me then. Yeah. What happened? Right, so this is where we went with Alice and we allied first. She betrayed us and we went ally again. I know who did it. Bad time. Have a good bad time. Enjoy your sussy reading time as well. We did that yesterday? Oh no, wait, we're in the middle path. Never mind, we're in the middle path. So we betrayed her. And then we allied her. And then we allied again. So we betrayed, allied, and allied. Run to ally.
How can you... There's no way.
Idea. I'm at Fire's gaze and nodded and turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. That person's you, Dio!
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Hey, oh man! The third game in this series is one of my favorite games of all time. I actually heard people hate the third game. I don't know why, but people absolutely despise the third game. I really wonder what's going on there. Because I think as of right now, like, the games are getting better and better. Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Get off, Sigma! You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't a con. Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs. And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that I'll look like an idiot.
That's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Because I know about the Myrmidons.
What? I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
Who the fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what free the soul is, and I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called brother.
Huh. Oh, Dio, tell me, how does that food taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about brother? How would you know his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so he's left? But that means he's a terrorist.
A terrorist? Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan?
What's that?
Ho ho!
Looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
God damn it, no. I leapt towards him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So? Believe me, there's plenty more where this came from.
What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us, except for one. Tenmyoji.
Hey, Grandpa, you're here and gone? I said back off!
No!
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Tenmyoji!
Is something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing.
I'm not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eye twitched down to the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tenmyoji needed.
Yeah!
Damn! He cried out as he leapt through the air. Tenmyoji's leg shot out and knocking the detonator out of Dio's hand. Shit. Not good.
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it worked.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn, how much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have?
30 minutes.
When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation
None of us
passwords.
know them, though.
Right. None of us know, but there's someone who does. Isn't there?
Okay. I'll give you one, since I'm such a swell guy.
Is it bomb number 2?
The password for bomb number 2 is...
Yup, that's what we need. Where's my pen?
EQD DYR NTK.
Alright, we got all the bomb passwords.
Bomb number 2.
But we haven't found that one yet.
Oh? Oh. Well, my mistake. Must have slipped my mind. Well, there's nothing you could do anyway. You don't have the input device. Really, it'll be much easier if you all just give up.
Where's the input device?
Oh gosh, I wonder.
Where did you put the number 2 bomb?
Shoot, you know, I just can't remember.
You son of a bitch. Well, technically,
Anyway,
we'll see.
I think it's time for me to be moving on.
Moving on.
To where?
What, I have to explain everything? To the next world, of course?
No. Wait. I threw myself towards Dio and wrapped my hands around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey! Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled onto Dio along with me. Even then, he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the soparil.
No. If we put him to sleep, we can't get what we need out of
You think I
him.
don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Shit.
What are you doing, Luna? Go! Great. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead! Tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake. Luna, shut him up. Right. Here goes.
As he began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was, just what I expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of poison. I stumbled towards the sink and tossed it into the drain. How much time do we have left?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
And how much time until the white doors open?
20 minutes. The same.
So, what do we do?
We put in those passwords and stop the
We
bombs.
searched Dio, but he doesn't have anything that might be the input device.
Well, only one thing to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it. Unless any of you have another suggestion. A dismal silence filled the room. Even though no one spoke, I could see despair on every face.
All right. No point sitting around until those things actually go off. We've still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're going to have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not. All the rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the floor B warehouse. What?
Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario. We'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse. Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good. Thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Fi turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile, then hurried after her.
The light's flashing. I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we going to do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here. You go check somewhere else. If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll meet back in the Floor B warehouse. Got it?
I wasn't sure what to say. If we hadn't found it by then, was there really any point in meeting up again?
What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say. Swimsuits never quit.
What? No, that's not... That's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now?
I'm just, trying to show you that life is still worth living. After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever seeing me in a swimsuit.
What? Oh, I see. Well, I admit I'm a bit curious.
All right. Looks like we're on the same page. Now get moving. We don't have time to stand around.
Fine. Be careful, alright? I checked the time on my bracelet as I headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. It wasn't good news. Damn, only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I broke into a run. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. All too often, what you're looking for is right in front of you. We'd spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. Or maybe Dio had dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Luna, you're still
Yes. The others are taking the people who are asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here. I thought you might come back.
here? Why?
Because the atom is here. I thought you might want to use it. Isn't that why you're here?
Oh, what? I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on with me. It's driving me nuts. Hell, I feel sick. But this isn't the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot if I die anyway.
Why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing so we can turn off the bombs. Yes. Why would I lie?
I see. I seem to have made a mistake. I knew you couldn't use the atom without me. So I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
She turned and headed towards the exit. Wait. I couldn't just let her leave like that. I sighed. How long could it take? Would it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Alright, let's do it. Analyze my body. I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the atom scanner and began to run it across me, slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can get up now.
I sat up and hopped off the table. The screen was already starting to show my results. So, what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well, it says you're not a robot. You're human.
I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
What?
You're part machine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of that skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT. Your arms are cybernetic.
What does that mean?
Cybernetic? It means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms. I imagine they allow you to feel things through your arms too.
What? Sigma missed out on the cybercock? Hey, at least he got the white liquid coming out of his hands now. What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. And I know they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm and they took an X-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones and that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Wait, okay, let's say you're right and my arms are cybernetic. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off?
No, unfortunately you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body. Which means that anything injected into them is spread to the rest of your body.
How do you know
I just
that?
do.
That's not an answer.
Yes, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things you just can't explain.
What?
Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's,
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
Time? I pressed the button on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. 1 minute. We've only got a minute left.
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen, because I was scared of Luna. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with a human face. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please pay attention. This is very important. You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How was I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun, remember.
Oh, we're getting the password now. Oh shit.
GTF DML 016. With this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
What? Before she could answer. The world exploded into noise and light and I disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. As a Sigma and I guess we can go in here now. Oh, fuck, I pressed the wrong button again. Every time I press the wrong fucking button, man. Let's go in here then, I guess.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Wait, what are we? Where are we even? So we are middle road, so this is Tenmyoji? Tenmyoji... Ally... Betray... Ally...
Negative.
Alright! Alright. Suddenly all eyes were on me. I felt their weight but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew I was there. First would be the anesthetic soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled onto the floor.
Sigma! Sigma!
Sigma!
Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it! You'll keep your promise, goddammit! I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself. I had a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio, then at last. The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care, just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found Excelivir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelivir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I got as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd expected.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled a vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled a tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably Excelivir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out towards her.
Right, of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees. Is that even... Dude, I can't remember that this was open.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the soparil, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurary is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Huh. I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solution. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Not the coom stain on his hand.
What's wrong with your hand?
Not the coom stain on his hand. He's thinking about his coom stain.
There's something white on it.
The coom stain is the solution, yeah?
The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. Your arms are cybernetic.
What the hell was that? I have cybernetic arms. It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course, my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones with an ABT exterior to mimic human skin, but I had no idea why, nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remembered having, had been replaced. And that flash of Luna I'd seen, I was certain it had never happened. Those things hardly mattered though. If I survived, I could worry about them later, and the fact that my arms were mechanical, however, that might be useful. I called up all the strength I had left and stood one more time. What are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already?
What?
Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door.
Sigma, what are you saying?
Looks like you finally gave up. Whatever. I was just about to flip the switch anyway.
Then hurry up and...
Don't rush me. Okay, you've got 9 BP now, right?
Yes?
Well, what do you say? Wanna come with?
I will remain here.
Why?
I cannot abandon Sigma.
Don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help. Do you think Dio will? If he's the only one who gets out of here and there's no hope for the rest of us, you're the only one we can count on.
I understand.
Great! Glad we got that settled. Shall we go?
No! Stop!
Phi began to move, but it was already too late. Dio grabbed the lever and threw it down. Oh, I think I see what Sigma wants to do. He wants to put his arm in the door when it closes, right?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open.
It's been fun. Peace!
I promise to call for help and return as soon as I can. Please, do not give up hope.
Yeah, I know. Just get going already. Just UK. As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched, then calling on every last bit of strength my wearied body could supply, I launched myself towards him like a coiled spring. I slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor and wrapping my hands around his ankle before he could get back up.
Hey! What are you doing, you bastard? The door's gonna close! Let go! Let go, goddammit! Let me go!
He lashed out with his free leg at my head, shoulders and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightened my grip with every blow.
Hey! What the hell is this shit? Why are you doing this? I kept my promise, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I. far as I recall, I didn't say anything about letting you escape.
What? Shit! Stop screwing around, asshole! I have to get out of here. I'm not going to let my sacred mission get fucked up by some self-righteous idiot.
Dio began to pull himself along with his elbow bit by bit edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight through the door, but the gate was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door.
Sigma! Stop! That's enough! Please, you have to let go!
The door's going to shut on you if you don't let go!
Alright. See you later, Dio.
You're an idiot right up until the end, aren't you? Just hurry up and die, you senile old fuck!
No, I'm going to live.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you. As the game escape, please.
The announcer's voice grated at the inside of my skull. I felt tired, so very, very tired. I felt my eyes flutter closed, and then nothing. Huh? Oh. Huh?
Sigma! Sigma!
Finally awake, huh?
Where am I? I rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed and to stand up. Well, to be honest, it was an examination table, not a bed. Which meant... the infirmary, huh?
I guess they carried you out here after you passed out.
You guess?
Well, I wasn't there to see it. I was out just like you, but I was in the AB room.
Why?
That bastard K. He punched me in the stomach. I can't believe him. He didn't want me voting, so...
Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to
Yes.
9. So, where is he now?
On the other side of the number 9 door. With Dio.
You told him to go, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Is your arm okay?
Oh.
What happened? Cybernetic arms, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. I was starting to get a feeling something was up with you.
I looked down at my left hand. Or rather, I looked down at where my left... Instead, there was a stub wrapped in white gaze. I told myself I'd do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me, but I had a feeling I might come to miss my hand. Oh yeah! How's
I'm
Quark?
right here.
Quark! Man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better?
Yep. Thanks to you. You got the medicine from that jerk Dio, right? Luna gave it to me and now I'm better. Thanks. You're the best, Mr. Sigma.
Mr. Sigma.
You saved my life.
It seemed they'd shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew now how I'd made a deal with Dio and about the journal we had found with the Latin in it. Clover and Fi seemed to have done most of the talking.
It was completely the opposite of what we guessed. We're not infected. The rest of the world is. That means this place isn't a quarantine facility. It's more like a shelter.
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet. I thought the same thing you did, but then Sigma pointed out a couple of discrepancies.
Yeah, Fi and I have already gone over it, but I explained what I'd noticed. 1. If we were in a shelter for uninfected people, why had Quark been infected? Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the virus really bypassed all those measures? It didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after the disease had become widespread, but that wasn't what had happened. First, we had been abducted, then the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero had put us in an honorary game. If we were survivors he wanted to protect, then why try and kill us? If we were in a shelter, why wasn't it safe?
Well, what about this? Maybe someone anticipated the pandemic. I don't know who. Probably Zero. Anyway, they grabbed us before the pandemic really started. Then they put us in the shelter. But then, after a while, he got bored, so he decided to have us play this game to kill time.
They got bored, so this Okay. Who on earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could just die because he was bored?
Well, we don't actually know if there is poison in this bracelet.
What?
You're the only one who's gotten injected so far. And when you did, it was only Soparil.
What are you saying? That what I did at the number 9 door was all pointless?
No, that's not what I mean. That can't be it. I'm sure there's tubocurarine in the bracelets. The Atom's analysis confirmed it. But what if the Atom is lying? If you're going to do that, then we don't have anything to base any speculations on. You could say that the newspaper article was fake, or that the Latin journal wasn't real.
Or the journal was real, but my translation was a lie.
You made it up?
No, my translation was accurate. I'm just making the point that once you start talking about this stuff being fabricated, it doesn't stop. I don't think Zero is doing this just to take the piss out of a lime.
What?
I was just trying to stress that I don't think Zero would do this to pass the time.
How do you make that mistake?
However, I do think Clover has half a point.
Meaning?
That someone did anticipate this pandemic. That part seems reasonable.
Well, if the virus was spread on purpose, then I could see how that might make sense. Yeah. It's not like Noah put all the animals on his ark after the flood happened. He went around before the rain started falling to gather them all up, right?
Are you saying that we were rescued because we're all that's left of humanity?
We were brought here because someone knew there would be a pandemic that would turn us into an endangered species? Does that mean we're supposed to repopulate the planet?
Well, Sigma, time to get to work. Repopulate? I looked around and did a quick inventory. Four women, an old man and a kid. That meant I was the only young, fertile man, a fertile male. Repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. If that was the case, maybe there wasn't any reason to escape. If the newspaper and the journal were right, then the world outside was crawling with a deadly virus. Why would we go expose ourselves to that? This would be the safest, happiest place on Earth. Is that an ending? Okay.
It's over.
Bro, I thought like this is an ending or something. It was like a repopulation ending.
There's no point to any of this now.
No, that's not true. The game might be over, but we've still got a lot of unanswered questions. In fact, we've got even more questions.
So, are those answers going to open the number 9 door again? It's all over. Why we're stuck here doesn't mean shit. The 8 of us aren't leaving, ever. That's all that matters.
8?
You're including the old woman?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? What if the old lady is Zero Senior?
Yeah, you're right. We never even considered
That would mean the person in charge of all this was murdered by somebody. That doesn't make sense. Maybe she wasn't murdered. Huh?
Are you saying she was infected with Radical 6 and killed herself?
But we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the AB room with her.
Maybe she was killed somewhere else. And then someone carried her in there.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at her one more time. Maybe we missed something.
Sure, okay. We looked down at the body of the old woman. Fi was the first to move. Quietly and methodically, she began to examine the woman and her clothes. I just stood there, even if she was dead. No, especially because she was dead. I just didn't feel right touching her. After a few silent minutes, Fi suddenly stopped. She pulled something from one of the old woman's sleeves and held it out towards me. A card?
Looks like an ID card for this place. Since it's got her picture on it, I'd say it's a safe bet the card is hers.
Huh, looks like her name is Kurashiki. Kurashiki? Ever heard it before?
You?
Nope. Anything on the back? Jumpy doll. Wait, oh my god, that's Sakane? What the fuck? Wait, password. Jumpy doll. Something written here. It says Jumpy doll.
Well, actually it says pass equals Jumpy doll. So I'm guessing Jumpy doll is a password of some sort.
What the hell does it mean?
Beats me.
Looks handwritten. She must have put it on here herself so she wouldn't forget it. Yeah, that's a full name. It is Akane. We were still looking the card over when I heard a commotion from the other part of the room.
Alice! What's wrong? Alice! Oh no!
What are you planning to do with that?
Oh no. Fi and I turned around and gasped.
Damn it!
We ran to the other end of the room and skidded around the partition. There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. She didn't seem stable. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. The look on her face was all too familiar. Quark. She looked just like Quark had before he went insane. But that meant...
Goodbye!
Her hand moved, lifting the scalpel up high in the air and then driving it down towards her heart. That was Quark's ending. What the fuck? Well, now we can just go in here, I guess. And put in the password.
There's no one here.
The computer's been turned on.
Yeah, maybe Dio and Kay did that.
What the hell is this?
A lion.
It's biting.
A sun?
We have we have 2 user IDs. For some reason we got 2 user IDs now. I don't know which one it is. I guess we have to figure it out.
We probably...
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Both have 9. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna... Okay, it's the other one. It's not! Wait, it's not? I was writing down like we have Lion 2 and Lion 1. Did I write something else down? Let me see. Is it just Myrmidons? Myrmidons. Und dann Champido? No. Or yeah, with the password. Oh, so wait, cool. Huh? Oh my god, okay, it's the other way around. Oh, it's the other way around, oh my god. Fi, come over
What's
here.
wrong?
I got
What? How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my
Why
name.
are you bringing that up? It doesn't have anything to do with this.
You sure? It might.
What?
Look, just forget about that. Come, take a look at
Sure.
this.
Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here? Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at one another for several more minutes, but no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You still don't make any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm
And
not.
the AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. All right, let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she had asked for. GTFDML016. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, Fi opened one. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a golem?
Looks like it.
So, was GDFDML016 a golem ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
Luna is a golem. Luna?
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT, ABT.
It is this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
I see. Luna was a golem, and DML016 was her product ID.
That must have been what Golem was trying to tell us when he was stopped. But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero
Probably.
Senior?
Look. At the bottom of the screen, it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission. You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want the robot as a participant? You think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something?
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
Oh, what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot. That might almost explain the whole game, actually. Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a golem? I mean,
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
do androids stream of electric sheep? The book that inspired Blade Runner movie? Actually? The fuck? You're lying. When I told you about what happened with Golem in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like a Chinese
I don't
room.
know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like, you just knew it.
Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. Currently operational. Executing special mission. Whoa, wait, what the hell? Luna's
Do you think robots die? She was only injected with muscle relaxant.
10 minutes remain. All players, if no vote is...
Of course, Luna is the one who opened the AP
That might
gate.
not be the only thing she did. Look,
What do you
what are the
mean?
last 3 digits of her product ID? And where have
016.
we seen that before?
No. No, I don't believe it. Are you saying it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and Tenryuji?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
The crew quarters, of course, I remember. We were right. Why? Why would Luna?
And I trust him.
5 minutes.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
Alright, off we go then.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, with her bracelet, there's 3 in this room. I stepped outside and set Luna's bracelet down and then headed back into the AB room.
2 minutes.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You
Yeah,
ready?
Go ahead.
Wait, who are we against
Wait.
even now?
Sigma!
Huh? Luna?
One minute.
Wait. What the hell is going on? Why is Luna
She's
here?
probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms? How is she going to vote?
Betray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP,
Yeah.
right?
Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing
Isn't
this?
that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally. We could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So go with betray.
4,
And
2, 1. Round 3. Result. Ambidextrous.
Luna? Where's Luna? I leapt out of the door and ran towards the AB room. I thought she'd entered, but... She's gone. Where did she
That's
go?
odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... There it was. No, she didn't take it.
Doesn't make sense. Why would she show up just when we're about to vote? There was no reason for her to come here if she was just going to default.
Results from round 3. Please.
Right, the
Yeah.
results. Dude, this is so fucked.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized. Five of them are dead already, and Quark's bracelet is off.
That means all those penalties are meaningless. We still don't know why Luna showed up though, and there's no reason to come here just to abstain.
I can only guess at her reasons, but I'm sure it was part of some plan.
A plan for what?
So what do we do now? Whatever Luna's scheming, we still managed to get 9 BP. Do you want to leave?
No, we can't. We still don't know if Quark's safe. No way I'm leaving before we find him.
I agree. I hoped you'd say that.
So, are you going to stay?
Of course. Let's get moving.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. Where are we now? Go right there. Shit. He's not here either.
This is the last room. Well, the last room we can get into.
And we haven't seen Luna either. Where the hell did she go? We were standing there trying to decide what to do next when we heard a familiar voice echo through the facility.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain.
What?
No, that's not possible.
What's not possible? But she only bit her lip and said nothing. Then all too soon it was over.
The number 9 door. This ends. Thank you. As the game escape, please.
What? What just happened? It's all over now, isn't it? We're stuck here forever.
We should go back to the Floor A warehouse. I need to know if the door actually opened or not.
With that, she was off. Yeah. With a sigh, I turned to follow. We can't just look at the door and tell if it was opened or not.
True, but the projection should tell us.
What? Luna and Quark escaped.
So it would seem.
Why? How? Almost as if on cue, the screen flickered. And Zero Jr. appeared.
Well, well, well! Long time no Zero! Remember your old pal Zero?
You?
I'm guessing somebody's hoping for an explanation about what the diddlio just happened. Because we're such great friends, I decided to make an exception and descend from on high to give you the 4-1 run. Aren't you happy?
So what's this explanation you've got?
Well, let's start with little Quark. He was given an anesthetic that put him to sleep. While he was out, Luna carried him through to the other side of the number 9 door.
But how did she open the door?
With Quark's bracelet, you silly bunny. It was still in the infirmary. Remember? Luna just hopped over there and picked it up.
So I was right. Quark had 9 BP when the second round ended.
Yup.
But didn't he get penalized after the third round?
Yes, he did. But a penalty can't take away your points. Just your life. The needles popped out and so on, but the points stayed the same.
So Luna took Quark to the door.
And since her bracelet was already off, she wouldn't have suffered the penalty.
No, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Alright, she's a golem. Okay, well, I've got some questions for you, buddy.
Not you.
Well, good thing you guys don't have questions for V. That guy's a jerk.
This isn't the alphabet.
You must be feeling pretty good if you're able to jump around like that. I mean, 6 people just died here.
It's not really a big deal. That's just how you humans are, after all. So, as long as you make it, nothing else matters. Am I right?
No, you're
Don't
wrong.
screw with us.
It's cool. It's cool. I know you gotta act tough. I mean, you chose betray. That means you don't trust Luna. Right. Figures. She's a golem. She might even be a murderer. That's why you were planning to leave her here and bone out, wasn't it? You see, it's all about you. Haven't you thought about how sad you made Luna?
What?
Well, looks like my time here's just about all used up.
Wait, I still have questions for...
I won't wait. I don't like waiting. I waited once, and some half-witted reptile got the better of me because of it. After that, I learned to make sure to value my time.
Tortoise and the hare.
Alrighty then. I'll see you when I see ya. Have a nice trader.
For a few long moments, Fire and I just stared at the spot on the wall where Zero had disappeared. Where had Quark been? Who had given him an anesthetic and why? We had no idea who had killed everyone, and Zero Senior's identity, as well as the purpose of the notary game, remained a mystery. As for our futures, what are we supposed to do now? I hadn't meant to say the words out loud, but there they were.
The tortoise won because he kept going even when it looked hopeless. I think we should do the same. We've got plenty of time after all. We'll give the dead the closest thing to a funeral we can manage. And when that's done, we'll start looking. Even if I never leave this place, I'll figure out why we were here. I swear it.
I looked at the fire in her eyes and nodded. If nothing else, at least we had a purpose. Going out with the bang. Alright, okay, I guess we're gonna do ally. Okay, chill. We're gonna do ally. Chill, chill, chill.
Wait. Hey, Sigma, are you insane? Why the hell did you choose Ally?
Wait, we can talk about that later, right now. She's gone. Why did she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... there it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
She let the system vote Ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be
Right, the results.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
It's she.
Points have been assigned, or please check.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized. Then again, 5 of them are already dead. We don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet's already off.
Yeah, that means all those penalties are meaningless. Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? Are you kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
Sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that. Now let's get moving. We need to find...
And Luna too, right?
The round star.
Fine, I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair just like before, but Phi had changed to a red solo. It didn't really matter though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door, and we'd never have to play another AB game.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
There are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah. According to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it, and
There's
how?
only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. What the heck are these things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
What meant pots? Even as I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why, but I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
The one on the left is being
Glass
used.
is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then. Quark. Our feet are pounded across the floor to the warehouse.
This is it.
Quark's body bounced in my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. The pod's display had given us little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? Alice, you want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too? Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay. There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
But
Why
why?
doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
016.
And what's that the same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
In the AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have for not being able to move the crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive, but look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer? Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to
A
harm.
robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn, don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it.
You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
With a heavy, labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, Fi slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind it used to move industrial cargo. Fi turned to face me, and I shoved Quark into her arms. Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
The number it will read.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Fi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma! Listen to me! You can't do this!
The number this thing as escape, please.
I had no regrets. In fact, with Fi and Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives had been achieved and a difficult choice had been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting. Luna, I knew you would be
You
here.
knew?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. I'm not sure what you meant just now, but are you talking about something that happened in another history?
What?
I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately she twisted the dial on the bottom.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually, I already know you didn't do it.
Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
Alright. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. Might as well start with the old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatter all the way up to her elbow, except for the stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered with blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously, none of our bracelets had blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelet had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all that, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed her.
Why are you so sure?
Because he confessed. After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me, I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when did that happen?
And a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you are not going to try and bring up Nox's 10 commandments. Does it really matter if it's against the rules or fair? The truth is the truth. Let's say that incident P happens and after that the timeline splits into timeline A and timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in timeline A on information I found in timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place P. If you trace the history of both timelines, you would end up back at incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with incident P by visiting timeline A or B, then yes, it would be a different story. I don't know what I would be... I know that it would be unfair per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules. Like, you know, the principle of causality. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the nonary game. Somehow he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. But the fact remains that he did it. He hid in a warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. No, wait, actually. He probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is, he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its neighbor. He probably didn't expect that they would move it, or he would have put it somewhere else. After that, he headed back into the AB room and that the woman had left. Quark would have still been fast asleep, so as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murder. I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she Committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she had found in the warehouse after the AB room moved and exposed it. She took it with her and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Temioji. The first question is who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is the message Clover left, 016. If you think about it though, it doesn't make any sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That means she would have had to write her right hand on the right thigh. I feel like it would be really hard to do that, you know? Or why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together and the message got transferred to the right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She was trying to write Dio with her dying breath. She was trying to tell us the name of a killer. Now about Kay and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagine it happened. Kay probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with luminol. We found the bottle in Kay's robe. He wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. As soon as Kay turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take preemptive actions. When we found the bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned to switch the light off and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Kay was hurt pretty bad, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab the spear and stab Dio. Then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies, none of them your fault.
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust you.
What?
I trust you because you are a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to
A
harm.
robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you, can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in the silence. Eventually we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes, Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked
Yes,
in.
I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him
In
here.
a way,
But why?
because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay? Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put a bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with the handkerchief. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms,
5th and 6th.
counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the
Right.
5th.
After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero's Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane.
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What?
Luna, listen to me very carefully. As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours. This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the nonary game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes, our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But...
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command, and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter, the 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Okay.
After that, I went into the AB room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake. So I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes. It was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out. I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you had been ordered to.
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders. Then is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But if she gave you the orders...
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And the person is Zero Senior?
Yes. We worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them.
No, in Alice's route we never found her body.
And they were both controlling Zero Jr., too. I told you before that Zero Jr. moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually, we'd figure out that the rooms had been moved and that she was in your room.
Maybe they wanted the opposite. Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make any sense either. If they wanted people to suspect you, why move the room?
You're right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife
Yes, I think so.
there. But how could they know that?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved, which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game, using Phi's timetable. That would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, you were listening to us in the security office?
Yes, that wasn't all I was listening to, though. I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras.
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything.
Hey, Xaro. I don't know if it was Santa in the hologram, though.
Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman, and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders.
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course, while we were fighting over it.
Whoa, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight. I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
Because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
That's why you died. To keep up the facade that you were human.
I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders too. So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be so sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That used an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she
Yes.
left. At 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover left the cabin in the crew quarters.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio. Yes,
Dio?
I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her
Yes,
go by.
I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing. But he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
At 0 hours, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
didn't take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Right. Without a T1K, the yellow pair wouldn't be able to get out, to get through the secondary door.
Yeah,
right?
but he couldn't find it.
Of course, Phi had already taken it by then.
Yes. But there was something else he wanted to do too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
But why did he want the knife? Was it because he'd used it to kill the old
No,
woman?
I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidons.
Yes.
What does Myrmidons
It's the
mean?
name of the organization he belongs to.
What is it? Like a club or
I
something?
don't think so.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
No
I'm
idea?
afraid not.
Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing? Then, wouldn't that mean that he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
You got it right. Damn it, this is ridiculous. I guess this enemy of my enemy is my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Leo rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he hadn't seemed to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. That was where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. At 0 hours 13 minutes, Zio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Theo didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
When Clover tried to push past Leo, Luna said that they began to fight.
What do you think you're doing?
Leo pulled a knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up.
Dio, what the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt towards Dio. The younger man dodged him easily and lashed out with a knife. Then Miyuji caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled, and then as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. But Dio was a much younger and stronger man, and the wound Miyuji gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with the raw Dio threw him off, and then Miyuji collapsed to the floor.
What are you going to do?
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you gonna beat us to death or something?
Ugh, no. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
You've got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close. Give or take. If somebody happens to come by here before the doors close, you might live. But if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors. So unless they're pretty close, nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
Damn.
25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean me find
Yes,
Kay, Ryan?
you were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. Kay had told us about you. We'd also noticed that the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. If only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil.
The anesthetic, right?
Almost immediately, they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
And the word she wrote was Dio.
As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe. And Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with a spear. And I guess that's when we found him.
Yes.
When did Kay get the
After
luminol?
they went through the white door, Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Dio expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, Kay checked them over for anything useful.
And that was when he found the luminol.
Right. That's everything that happened. Do you have any questions?
Well, what do you think? Does a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's
I told
bracelet?
him where it was. Do
When?
you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with the luminol, right? Sure, I remember
Right
that.
after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji. The center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
That was the treatment room,
Yes.
right? Where Quark was
Right.
sleeping.
It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief,
Yes, the display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment you looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
right? Why was Quark's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from the crew
Oh, you
quarters?
found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
Wait, what?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching.
Wait, so you're telling me that the aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart sends out?
Yes, all you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped.
Yes.
Holy shit, it was that easy all along.
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off. Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait, where was Quark in the pot to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him all the way to the treatment pod? Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was you, Junior.
That's right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it wasn't really him that did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Senior and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does. So, are you going to tell me?
What?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happens in here has something to do with it. So why were we brought here?
To play the nonary game.
And why were we supposed to play the nonary game?
That was part of the project.
And why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that.
Why?
It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then
I
what?
wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying Clover and Tenmyuji died for this project.
Yes.
Well, actually, it was the tubercurin that killed them, but they were only injected with it because of their bracelets, and they were only wearing those bracelets because of the nonary game. If the nonary game was part of the project, then that's one way. That's one more way it killed them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
No, what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
And then if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room would have never happened and would have never taken place, right? So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
Disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
Six people died here. 4 of them were murdered, one way or another by Dio. At first that makes it look like Dio is the reason they all died, but that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means that the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Please, Luna, tell me, what is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma, would you hug me?
What? Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. I swallowed hard and tried to re-in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Hey Luna, what the hell is going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurarine...
Okay, I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem, just a machine, a jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time.
Yeah.
Even though I look like this?
Of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kei and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself. And I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Jr.'s systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? What are you saying?
Very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Jr. is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
What? Why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserve this.
No. No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna, it's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please don't.
Sorry. My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna.
Thank you, Sigma. And goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor? But she couldn't answer. I squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away. With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and a cold pool of tears over my heart. Boy. Okay. Because of the tubocorrin, like it loosened all like the ABT, all like the muscle fiber that holds everything together. Well, I guess we're gonna finish this game next time. We have one more route to go. It's this one. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, we actually don't know anything. Like, what happened to the old woman here? Because the old woman was never found. So it's gonna be interesting, I guess. We never found the old woman here in Alice's route. Holy shit, though. Okay, well. Can't wait to finish this. I'm so curious to who the fuck is Zero. Tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow is Trails in the Sky. Could do Tuesday. There's no good ending. There's only one ending. Oh, if you, I guess if we're like tomorrow early home, maybe we can do Threads on the Sky on Tuesday. We just change the date. I can just change the day, I guess. Then we do Threads in the Sky on Tuesday then. Yeah, I could do that too. Let's do that then. Let's do Threads in the Sky. Are you leaving for con? Yes, I'm leaving on Thursday. So there's gonna be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday stream. So 3 more streams till I'm gone, and then I'm back on Sunday. So there won't be a stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No. No. It's gonna be alright, guys. It's gonna be alright.